Greetings, Japan fans. Today's show, how to be confident as a new leader. Maishu arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 10th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, and my new book, Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni Suru no wa Yamimashou. And all of my books are available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series. And every second Tuesday, the Business Touches in no Oshie show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is Zazaburi dane. Zazaburi dane. It's pouring rain. Zazaburi dane. Wow, it's really coming down out there. Zazaburi dane. Zazaburi dane. Zazaburi dane. It's really pouring rain. Zazaburi dane. Zazaburi dane. This is episode number 489. Today we are talking about 4 strategies for building confidence and being a new leader. We work long, diligently, and hard. We are recognized for our devotion and the quality of our output and get promoted. Instead of being solely responsible for our own results, we are now in charge of our colleagues, and we are accountable for their results too. If we stride around like the boss and are bossy, we are likely to hit some turbulence from the lead. If we are a cream puff walking around on eggshells, we may be ignored and not taken seriously. Who knew this leadership gig was so tricky? Imposter syndrome, self-doubt, fraudster misgivings are all crowding our mind as we try to navigate this new role. We have to be confident without appearing too confident. Given we are not confident at all, this is a hard needle to thread. Here are 4 strategies for helping to build our confidence as a new leader. Number 1, self-acceptance. Perfectionism is a curse for the new leader, yet it is a natural goal as we want to prove that the trust which has been placed in us has not been misguided. We get into comparisonitis, where we see ourselves not measuring up to the abilities of the experienced senior leaders. We feel 1,000 beady eyes boring holes into us as everyone observes how we go about this new role, and we worry we are not matching their expectations. We go straight to our weaknesses and skill gaps and we focus on those. What we've forgotten is that we got promoted because we have ability, and that ability didn't suddenly rise from the sea on day 1 of our working career. We have been building up our experience and skills over many years, and we should expect that becoming a seasoned and capable leader will also take time. We know how to produce results for ourselves, so we probably have a reasonable idea of how to help our team members reach their targets. If we honestly believe that in the success of our team members lies our own success, we will have the right mindset. When the team feel we are working to help them succeed, their attitude will become positive, and we don't have to try and pretend we are someone we are not. We can be ourselves, relax, and accept that given some time, we can be effective as the leader of the team, and we can be confident that we can get there. Number 2, self-respect. We all tend to live our lives like that Japanese art called bonseki, where miniature landscapes are created out of sand, and then the whole thing is thrown away. We don't take the time to appreciate our achievements. because we've cast those aside and are now on to the next big thing, always seeking to grasp the brass ring. However, when we reflect on our successes in our lives to date, our perspective about who we are and what we are capable of changes. We start to see patterns about our work ethic, our people skills, our communication capabilities, and a myriad other elements which will become the critical building blocks to make sure we are a successful leader. We realize we have these elements already within us, and now we're just pointing them in a new direction. We have a strong enough grounding in our work careers to establish a base on which we can build further. That realization is a long way from the self-doubt and paralysis we may have felt on being told we are going to have this new responsibility. It is important we shift our mindset to the positive and the history of achievements we've accumulated so far. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is being brought to you by, on the 30th of November, and also again, there's a separate program on the 7th of December, our Dale Carnegie course. It's our flagship program. People are the key in business. Be they bosses, be they colleagues, be they subordinates, be they clients, people are the key. But most of us are not so good with dealing with different types of people. We got certain group we're okay with, but others not so good. How do we learn to become good with people in general? Well, this is the program for that. You learn communication skills as well, leadership skills, you learn stress management skills, and you gain the confidence over the course of this program to really come out and expand your comfort zone so you can reach higher, further, faster, and better. On the 12th of December, we will be doing our Leadership Training for Managers course. This is the brilliant program that really teaches you all the nuts and bolts of being a leader. This is like the massive toolkit for leadership. We're not talking theory here. We're not talking esoteric stuff here, fluffy stuff. We're talking hard-nosed, hardcore, practical skills that every leader needs to know. The real nitty-gritty of leadership is what you'll learn in this program. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. That's www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have nearly 2,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on the topic of leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget to grab my business books on Japan on Amazon. Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, and Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de okane o muda ni suru no wa yamemashou. Welcome back. Number 3, take risks. One of the dangers of getting promoted is you can also get fired more easily. Before, you were in total charge of your results, and you could devote your time and effort to hitting your targets. Now you find you have actually very little control over the production of results by your team. In year 1, you can keep doing your work and be the biggest contributor to the team results. You can probably keep this up just in year 2. By year 3, the targets will have moved up to a point where you alone cannot do enough to reach them. When you start missing the team targets, the big bosses conclude you are not up to snuff in this new role, and they replace you with someone else, and the cycle starts again. You realize too late you should have been spending your time helping the team to get better, to hit their targets, to produce the results themselves. You've been doing the fishing for them instead of teaching them how to catch fish. It's a risk to step up, But we have to reduce that risk by approaching the leadership role in such a way that we are working through the team to reach results. Number 4, self-talk. Self-doubt generates a certain self-talk which is negative and not helping. We need to get control of our inner dialogue pretty smartly and really monitor the quality of the thoughts rattling around inside our brains. A very good way to achieve this is to start watching, listening to, and reading content which helps us to feel more confident about ourselves. Search out the self-help gurus, the motivators, the boosters, and start absorbing their messages. Toxicity loves a vacuum, and if we don't fill our minds with the right content, then the rust of self-doubt will start to creep in. We cannot allow that to happen, and so, from the very day we are told we are now a leader, we need to start assembling our protective walls for keeping our self-talk and mindset positive. These 4 strategies will definitely make a difference in establishing the inner confidence that you can become a successful leader and, in time, a great leader. Thank you for joining the Leadership Found series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.